All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today, leading up to the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead Season 9. In this one, we're going to go over some notable whispers to watch for in the television series version. And spoiler warning, as per usual for the Walking Dead television series, we'll keep this one spoiler-free for the comic book series. And also, don't worry guys, I've done a lot of videos over the years on the Whispers. We've done a Who is Alpha video. We've done a Who is, Beta video, Lydia. We've done lots of videos on the Whispers, reviews of every issue of the comic book series. So, in this one, basically, let's give our thoughts on notable whispers or ones that we're looking forward to seeing in the Walking Dead television series. Not necessarily explaining who they are, because these characters in the Walking Dead comic book series version have been around for a long time. I mean, the original release date for volume 22, which is right here, A New Beginning. You can see on the back there's the scene where you have two of them lying in the mud, which they adapted basically verbatim for the TV series version, except they used different characters. They used Rosita and Eugene for that one. But yeah, man, this was volume 22, A New Beginning, and this one released, so this is what we're seeing adapted right now in the television series this year. This one came out in 2014, so that was 2014. At least when this trade volume was printed. So the comics even before that. So this, so they're about you could say like 4 or 5 years ahead in the Walking Dead television series from when these storylines came through, and these characters were first created, or we first saw them in the comic series version. So pretty much out of all the whispers, and there are lots of them, there are many, many whispers, but the only ones that really stick out in the Walking Dead comic book series version are Alpha, who's the leader of the Whispers, female character, Beta, who is, I would say, second in command type of deal, or kind of, protector of Alpha, the muscle, so to speak, the big, strong muscle, that kind of deal. And then we have Alpha's daughter, Lydia. Now, in the comic book series version, here we have the cover for Whispers into Screams, Volume 23. You have Carl here, who's basically meeting Lydia for the first time, and she's wearing a Whisperer skin. You can kind of see it there. She's wearing the whole thing, so she looks like a zombie kind of, but she's tied up in a chair there as Carl's kind of meeting her. So basically, here's a good picture of her in the comic series, so you get an idea of what she should look like in the TV series. So probably like late teenage years, probably around the right age for someone like Henry in the TV series version, and the others that we see there in the pictures from this week for the mid-season finale of other teenagers around Henry's age at the hilltop. So that's most likely we'll see in the television series, probably Henry taking this role of Carl and meeting Lydia, possibly the two of them, striking up either a friendship or possibly a relationship. Who knows? We'll have to see what they do. And again, there's no guarantees for the TV series. They can go their own route. They certainly use different characters. In the comics, it was Carl. Here he is right here. So, it's going to be different in the TV series. But Lydia, not too much to say about her, just that she's like, she's in her teenage years, probably late teenage years. And she's basically a part of this whole Whisperer thing. She's been surviving. She's been there with the Whisperers, but she in no way is really a leader of the group or kind of a standout, aside from the fact that she is Alpha's daughter. And here we have in the comic book series our first look at Alpha. So here she is. She has the bald head and all that. She's going to be played in the television series version by Samantha Morton, and it should be good to see, because she's played characters before, like in Minority Report, where she plays kind of these really creepy, sort of scary type of strange female. So I am looking forward to seeing that in the television series. I don't know if we're going to get to see Alpha in this mid-season finale, maybe with the skin on and that kind of thing. But probably look for that near the end of the episode if we get to see her at all. And here we have Beta on the cover as he's getting ready to face off against Negan over here from the comic book series. He's got kind of the two knives. He's big, and you can see in comparison he's quite a bit bigger than Negan. This is also kind of a cool cover here from 134 Whispers to Screams, as we have Jesus here, and he's standing over. There's a whole bunch of bodies here, and then you've got one walker who's talking to him, and he's all kind of like freaked out, or he's like not sure because he doesn't understand like what the hell's going on. So yeah, cool. So long story short, those are the three that we're looking out for in the TV series. Now, they may add in some others. I'm not sure if they're going to give them names. We'll have to see. The Whispers in the comic book series version didn't really do that very often. But, who knows? They're going to have to tell a story with it. It's probably going to be at least a couple years that the Whispers are going to be a core focus in the Walking Dead TV series as villains. So I would expect them to add in at least another Whisperer character or two or a few in order to tell the story well in the TV series version. But, in terms of who we're most excited to see, I think I'm probably most excited to see Beta, because he's the one that's the most physically imposing. He's the one that's, the biggest, the scariest, and, he's the one that's probably going to cause everybody the most trouble. Even though Alpha, she's female, of course, and everything like that, but still very deadly as well, too, and quite vicious. You could even say maybe that Alpha is more vicious than Beta is, and Beta is kind of like a, someone who does Alpha's dirty work or does what Alpha says. Here's to hoping this weekend that we at least get to see one or two out of the three. All three would be awesome, but if we at least get to see, one or two in this mid-season finale, that's going to be extremely exciting, especially, fingers crossed for one of them being Beta. Hopefully the one outside the gate that we've been talking about all week in the pictures. One of the quotes from the comic book series, Alpha, the leader of the Whisperers, I think she said to Rick, "You came into our land, killed our kind. Now we explore your land, learn about your people. You will see many of us. You will know us. You will fear us." Very cool, man. So leave your comments below if you've read the Walking Dead comic book series. What do you think of the Whisperers in terms of villains? They're some of my favorite villains that are ever in the Walking Dead, and I really think that they're a great group to really rejuvenate the television series, to bring something that we've never seen before, and just a different kind of group, a different set of villains. They're certainly nothing like the Saviors. They're completely, and Negan, they're completely different and opposite in a lot of ways to that. We'll do some Q&A questions for today, and you guys can send me any others that you have. Because we do still have, a couple days here leading up to Sunday night's episode. Not Joseph says, I just want to say I appreciate your videos, Trev. Regardless of negative comments people put, you continue to put out an extremely positive vibe, even when Forbes comes into play. LOL. Again, very thankful for all that you do and put out. Happy Thanksgiving. So yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys, and thank you, Joey, not Joseph, for the nice comment. I am Canadian, if you guys didn't know, so we celebrate Thanksgiving a little bit different, like a couple weeks ago. But happy Thanksgiving to all you guys down south, and man, it's good stuff for sure, and we try to keep it positive. We try to keep it as positive as we can. I think that, for all of us really, with regards to the Walking Dead television series, if you think of all the different things that can go wrong, right, with a TV series, and we started to see some of it this year with certain people wanting to leave before the creative would, want them to. Like, none of us really wanted to see Rick leave the series, right? We all probably thought and wanted him to be in the series past season 10 and onward. We didn't really want to see a Walking Dead without Rick, but I think we should all be basically happy that the series is continuing on forward, that it's been on 9 years, or basically 9 years of the series. This is the 9th season, 9th year. So, most TV series do not get that far. They are not able to sustain themselves for that long. And for The Walking Dead to have been on top for so many years, and to still be going strong, and to still have people excited about it, and looking forward to seeing new villains, and looking forward to seeing what they do with the story, with a lot of questions and differences between the comic version and what we're seeing now in the TV series. I think that they've done, about as good a job as you probably could do, considering the amount of episodes they've done and all the years and everything else, based on, what they can do and the reality of the situation. So I appreciate the fact that the show is still on, and I'm feeling pretty positive about it at this point. You have a show like Game of Thrones that's ending, and some people would have wanted to see that for The Walking Dead. They would have wanted to see The Walking Dead end, but I tend to think like a year later, 2 years later, it'd be like, oh, that was awesome when it finally wrapped up and everything. You can look back on it, but it's also nice to have something to look forward to. This year, we saw an end for Rick in the TV series, and the series continues onward. We still have new episodes, we still have new things to look forward to, and personally for me, I'm glad that they're still going to do The Walking Dead, even though a lot of other networks and a lot of other companies probably would have ended it at this point, like HBO, for example. Even though it would be cool, like in some of the ways they would be able to handle it, and some of the things they could do, still they probably would have wrapped it up at this point, or. Who knows? Just like who knows what could have happened, right? So I'm just glad it's even still on for us to watch and enjoy. 50 Farmers says, sorry, The Walking Dead fans, but there will never be any Rick Grimes movies. That was a ploy to keep fans from revolting when Andrew Lincoln left the show. The viewership hardly dipped this week after Rick's death, so AMC will quietly back away from the Rick Grimes movie announcements in a few months. So that's what 50 Farmers thinks. 50 Farmers thinks that. So I guess it's a bit of a conspiracy theory here. Well, not entirely, a little bit. But he's saying that he does not believe they're actually going to do the movies. He thinks that they set it on purpose to keep people engaged in the TV series, so they didn't all quit watching because they were all upset. And that they're not actually going to follow through with it. Well, we'll see. I hope you're wrong, 50 Farmers. I really do. I get what you're saying, but personally, I think that it'd be stupid for them not to do the movies. Everyone's going to want to see it. And even if Andrew Lincoln might have hang-ups about it and maybe not want to, he's going to get bored too. That's another thing people don't understand. When people are loaded with work, all they can think about is leaving. When you're working like super overtime hours, all you can think about is quitting. But the problem is once you do that, once you leave, all of a sudden you have all your time open to you and you're not working and you're maybe hanging out with your family. But it doesn't take long. A year, 6 months, whatever, you start getting bored. You start getting the itch. He's already gotten the itch talking about maybe directing an episode. It's like, yeah, you want to get back at it. You get the itch. You want to go for it again, right? So I think the movie answer is a great answer for everybody, and it allows Andrew Lincoln to still do it, maybe on a schedule that's better for him and have it make more sense for him. And at the same time, they don't have to kill Rick, and they can produce more stuff for us, and they can keep that train, going down the tracks. And I think that's great. So, personally, I really hope you're wrong. Otherwise, fans will be super disappointed if that's what happens. So, would they do that? I don't really think so. I mean, I know sometimes they kill off fan favorite characters and stuff like that. People get angry, so they mistrust, right? But I think it's in their best interest too to follow through with the movies, and I don't think that they're gonna just drop that. It's money. You know what I mean? That's money. If you got those movies, you can play them over again 100 times on the network, and it'll always pop a rating. It will always do well. Every time you play it, people will want to watch it. You can sell it on DVD or Blu-ray. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, business-wise, it would be asinine not to do it at this point, right? Everyone's clamoring for it already, and has it just, it's like, it's not even, season 9, Walking Dead's still on, and people are clamoring for it. So, yeah, man, I think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to back out from it. But I get what you're saying, and maybe you're right, and if you turn out to be right, you can say, I told you so. So, there it is, but I'm really hoping you're wrong right now. Picotrain says, does anyone else think Gabriel wants to get the radio boosted so he can connect with Anne and find out about her secret group? And that's a good point, is that Gabriel knows a bit more than everybody else, even though he doesn't know necessarily that Anne took Rick. He knows Rick went missing. He knows Anne went missing. So, he's not dumb. He'd probably figure it out. He'd probably think about it and think like, okay, Anne went missing at this time. Rick went missing at that time. Maybe Rick is dead, but maybe he's not. They didn't find the body. So maybe he can put two and two together. And I love what you called out there. Maybe that's why he wants to get some communication going or reach out further to see if he can find anybody. Maybe he wants to find Anne again, try to see if Rick, might be out there somewhere. I like it. I like the idea. It really makes a lot of sense that he'd be the one to want to do that, right? PDX Mods says, Sunday is going to be epic. I can't wait. Yeah, me too, man. I can't wait too. It is going to be epic. Sully and Green 666 says, is in this video, Leslie Hartman said that the walker behind the gate looks like an actor playing Beta. That walker also looks like the same walker in the clip where the walkers are going around in circles. Then the walker looks up and turns his head toward where Daryl is. The walker is wearing a grayish white cloth over his or her clothes with long hair, just like the other one. Do you think they could be the same? Well, I thought the ones in the pictures were two different walkers. That's what I thought. Or two different Whisperers, I should say. Because I do think they're Whisperers. I don't think they're just walkers. But it's also possible the ones they showed could just be walkers. and that they wouldn't show us the whispers, as long as we get to see them in the episode, right? I don't care if it's them or if it's others and they look a little different. I'm fine with it as long as we get to see some whispers. And hopefully beta. That's what I'm hoping for. Ryan Chalero says they may all have brands. X for Alexandria, I for Hilltop, and I for Kingdom. Just a thought. So the marks in the back, that whole thing. Again, still a discussion, still kind of something that's out there, and people have their different ideas. But just for Ryan, I think most people right now are leaning towards it having been some kind of event where Daryl and Michonne were captured or something, maybe tortured by another group that they possibly allowed them to join them and then maybe turned on them. So, but we'll see later for confirmation of that. Rose says they saw he was injured. Maggie said he's hurt. So for people who don't like the theory that they would have known that he would have fallen on the rebar, what she's saying here is that Maggie noticed he was hurt in the side. Daryl got a pretty good look at it. And Daryl's pretty smart too. If he tracks it back, which he would, of course, he could probably find the spot where Rick went down, and assuming all the walkers didn't lick all the blood off, Daryl probably would have been able to figure that out. And I think the belt might be there too. People have said he took the belt off, pulled himself up. Don't know if he grabbed the belt afterwards and wrapped it or anything. I don't think he did. I'd have to watch the episode back, but off the top of my head, so that's a possibility too. So I don't think we can rule it out either way yet right now. And but I will say most people are thinking that the X's came from another group in the 6-year time skip. Last one will be from Arctic Legend, who says, you have to see the opening minutes. It looks so creepy. You have walkers walking in one direction, and then the Whisperers start leading them in another. Easy. Very cool, man. So I haven't seen the opening minutes yet for this episode. I want to, but I just haven't seen them in any links or anything. I've been working and stuff and doing these videos with you guys. So I want to check that out. But at the same time, maybe I just want to watch it in the actual episode, right? Because it's exciting either way. But if you guys have seen it, I'm happy for it. It sounds really cool. And I don't have the Premiere service because I don't think I can get it with my cable company here in Canada. I don't know if it offers it. I'll have to check and see. And if it's really expensive, then maybe I won't because, it depends. I'm not sure. Everything here costs more than it does in the States. So for you guys in the States, I'm so jealous of you guys. You get everything like, you can ship stuff for like $10 or $5. And it's like, right away you get it shipped like instantly. Everything here takes forever, and new products and everything, new services, TV, whatever, cable, satellite, it takes a long time for us to get caught up with you guys. In the States, everything is wicked fast. Very cool. Anyway, that'll be it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please thumb it up below. You can also share, you can favorite, and thank you guys for subscribing. Everybody who's subscribing, thank you so much. Please keep doing it. I appreciate it, and I'll keep making the videos for you guys, and I hope you like them. I really do. So for this one, see you guys again soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.